Hey guys, it is a new day on our channel. We are at home at the moment. Michael has been at the property all morning doing fencing, and I haven't, because I died yesterday almost. We haven't gotten all the fencing done, but that's okay. We need to go pick up this bull. It's a bit of a, would you say it's a bit of a sad situation? What's happening there?
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah,
you want me to describe it?
Mm-hmm.
So the bull we're getting is owned by the lady that we bought our original cows from, and she's up in Gympie, and she's had this bull on lease out at Charlton, just west of Toowoomba. The lady there has him adjusted on the neighbour's property, and he's had him locked up in the yards in the full sun with no shelter and no water. So she's a bit worried about him. She's not sure how much he's getting fed, so she wants us to go pick him up. We were supposed to get him in a month or two anyway, it's just so just a bit earlier than we were expecting. So
that's why the whole fencing of the paddock was really super rushed. It's not completely finished yet, but we do have the cattle yards that we can hold him in for a couple of days while we
get the paddock finished.
Yeah. Did you move the cattle yards at all?
No, so we have to do that when we get there later.
What's the time? So it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's probably going to take us about 2 hours to get there.
Probably, yes.
2 hours to get there, 2 hours to get back. That's about
5 o'clock.
And we're going to have to take it easy because we are hauling a horse float, and I've never ever driven with a horse float before, so that's going to be a bit crazy and a bit nerve-wracking for me, but I'm just going to take it easy because I don't want anything bad to happen, so best to be safe than sorry. So yeah, we're kind of pushing it for time, so we're going to get ready now and head off to go get this bull. But yeah, finish your story about it being sad.
I thought I had.
Oh, did you?
I think so.
I thought I just cut you off. Yeah, let's hit the road.
Let's hit the road.
Up, we're in the car, we're about to go pick up the horse float. Are we all ready for this drive? I don't think I'm ready.
Well,
yes, let's go.
I need a V, an energy drink. Let's go. You're not getting a V, Reese. That'll make your heart explode. But you can have a juice. So guys, I'm pretty sure that is the horse float we're gonna be getting. Michael's in there getting a drink and trying to get this trailer, and then we're gonna run out of time. I think we're gonna get back to the property at night time, and that's not good because we need to sort of organize somewhere for this bull to go. I'm nervous. I'm really freaking nervous. Hold on, Reese has an idea. He's got an idea, he knows where to put it. Hold on. Reese, where are we putting it?
I think they're right next to the cows.
That was a good idea because that is a paddock that is free, yes. And he could go in there, but we can't actually put him in there because there's girls next door. And the wire around those paddocks is only mesh, it's not barbed wire. And he'll just pull through it, and we can't afford to lose any more fencing wire or have anything go wrong, so we're just gonna have to do that paddock and hope for the best. But good idea, Reese, that was good suggestions. We got our stuff. Here you go, Reese, there's your drink.
And with my straw.
You don't get a straw because you got a pop that, silly. Alright, trailer's on. We're ready to go. I'm shitting bricks because I've never freaking towed a trailer before.
Yeah. Where's the bullet? I'm so excited.
So we've just been and met the current, not owner, but leaser of the bull. We've sealed out all the paperwork for the movement of him, and now we're off to the property to pick him up.
Some of you might not know this, but when you are transferring a cow, there's actually a lot of paperwork involved, and it's to stop. It's like biosecurity sort of thing, and all that jazz.
Yeah, just to keep track of where animals are, where they've been. So if there is an outbreak of a disease or something from a cow, they can say, okay, he's been here, transferred from one property to another.
I can track it back to where it was located from.
Yeah.
It's not just as simple as driving somewhere and picking it up and taking it. You got to fill out paperwork, and there's even more when you're getting it from somebody who's not the owner of the cow, and we're not selling it, we're like just looking after it. So there's actually a lot involved.
Can you just hook that on his nose and see what he does? You might be able to hold him while I flip this over.
Grab that bucket so he doesn't break it. Well, that was the scariest thing I have ever done in my entire life. I'm not even being dramatic. I'm a pretty dramatic person, but that was so crazy. So we backed the horse float into like a section of the yards to try and move this cow into it, right? And we thought, well, we'll just take him into the other yard just to get him used to having the harness on and all that other stuff. And we put him in the other yards just to try and walk him around a little bit, because he used to be halter trained, he is halter trained, and all that sort of. And then he started going crazy, like mooing, like a bloody lunatic. And the old lady, I'm holding onto the rope, the old lady's holding onto the rope behind me as well, because he's got a nose ring. And there was a thing connected to the nose ring. He's just going around in circles, pulling up on the rope, and I look over and the old lady's on the ground, like she's been knocked over. And then I'm freaking out. And then she gets back up, pulls him, and I just let go, and I'm like, this, I'm going, bye. So the old lady tied him off and then got out of there, and it was, oh. All that I can say is it's crazy. And this bull is only like 400 kilos. So she said that she has a friend, a cattleman friend, who actually knows how to do cattle and everything else. And he's gonna come over, but he's an hour away. So we're definitely not gonna make it back. During the daylight, we're gonna run out of light. So she suggested that we have the trailer overnight and just leave him in the horse float overnight tied up. Because apparently if you tie them up for a while, then they normally settle down, but he hasn't had that halter on for ages. Scariest freaking thing. I'm still shaking like a leaf, but I'll show you what this cow looks like. Norman, I'm like ready to go. I'm like, just leave him here. Like, I don't want him now, but it's just because he hasn't been treated very well. I'll show you Norman. Norman, you big beast. So this is where we set it up. Well, we're going to bring him in through that gate there, but he's just gone crazy. It's getting dark. Want some? Well, what a bloody mission that was.
It ain't over yet.
And it's not even begun. We've just pulled up, we've left this lady's house. These cowboys from frickin' the Wild Wild West rocked up, her friends, and this one big guy, a young guy, but he was really solid, just grabbed this frickin' cow by the rope and was like, come on, and it started doing what it did with us. And he just like smashed his body up into it and put him in the trailer. Why are you laughing? It sounds like we
I'm just jealous of envy of the way he handled it. Wish I could do that.
Yeah, he was just freaking, he is our hero. And he's definitely not watching this, but he was just amazing.
I guess it just goes to show when you're brought up with cattle, you deal with cattle, you know how to handle them.
Yeah.
We know, we haven't had any experience with them. And obviously bulls are that bit harder to deal with, so I guess it's going to be a learning curve. We just have to learn. So, we stopped at Hungry Jack's for dinner.
Yep.
Still not sure what we're going to do when we get home. It's going to be, what's the time? I don't know, it's probably...
It's like 7 o'clock. 7:30.
So we're not going to get home until probably
9:30.
9:30.
Don't know what we're going to do with this bull yet. We're really freaking nervous about it. We haven't even got the cattle yard set up in the proper thing because we were so rushed with it. I feel incredibly overwhelmed by the entire situation because I was trying to freaking handle it and the old lady got knocked over. Still bloody panicking about that shit, even though it was 3 hours ago. It was just crazy, and now it's raining. So our parade has definitely been bloody rained on. And I'm bloody scared of this cow now because of like how crazy it was to handle with him. But before this lady ended up with the cow, a school bred him and trained him and everything like that. And apparently when he arrived to her farm, 2 little like teenage girls like took him off and on the trailer and put him in the pen, like, and he was totally fine. So the fact that he is now so crazy and really not really tameable at all just goes to show that he hasn't been looked after at all. He's covered in flies, which is a massive no-no because the flies eat at the flesh and make infections on their skin. So we have to drench him. Is it drenching?
Not drench, pour on.
We have to do the pour on. It's crazy. If we leave him in the trailer overnight, everybody that was there said leave him in the trailer. Like, don't take him out tonight because he's just too worked up or whatever. But he's tied up, he's got no water, he's got no food in there. But we don't have yards set up to put him straight into. Plus it's just Michael and I, so if things go pear-shaped, we're totally royally screwed. No idea what we're gonna do. We've got 3 hours to think about it on the drive home, so we'll update you when we know what's happening.